we're gonna go in and pre-cut the shape. So when I'm pre-cutting the shape, let's say I'm doing stiletto. Like I said, our pinky is gonna be a sharp stiletto, a long stiletto nail. So I go in and I like to pre-cut, and pre-cutting allows you to save more time. Now, like I said, we do have already pre-shaped stiletto tips to where you don't have to go in and do all of this cutting. But let's say a lot of the pre-shaped stiletto tips, you'll apply it and it's really long. So once you cut that length off, it's going to be this coffin shape to where you still have to come in and cut it into the stiletto shape, right? So let's say I have my pinky. I'm going to extend Kim a little bit so that we have her right here. So when I'm cutting stiletto, I like to open the mouth of my scissors, and I make sure I'm paying attention to this bottom piece of the scissors because these two parts are very important. So when I'm cutting a stiletto nail, I like to pay attention to the middle of this nail tip, right? So I'm gonna put the mouth of the nail scissors right in the middle, and then I use this back piece and I make sure that it's angled towards the corner of this side wall so that I know where I'm cutting at. So once I apply my scissors in this manner, you should see an imaginary line that's already about to be cut before you even cut it. So I'm not, well, I know y'all can see, but do y'all see this little line right here? This is where our stiletto will be. As soon as we cut, this excess, this little triangle over here is going to be done. That's going in the trash. But this line right here is the stiletto. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'm holding her nail, I'm holding her finger. I have my middle finger right here stabilizing this nail tip, and I'm just gonna go in and cut, boom. And then I'm gonna come over here and do the exact same thing. I have the mouth of my scissors over here, gonna come in, gotta make sure my hand is steady. And then boom, we have our stiletto. So right here it's a little jagged. So I come in with my nail file and I place it over here. I come in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come in over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I try not to do too much so that I don't mess up the prep that we did beforehand. And then boom, we have our stiletto shape. Now normally what I like to do is I really like to define this stiletto shape, but because we already have it pretty much defined, I'll do that after I apply the acrylic, because you don't want to take too much of this width away because you don't want to make it too skinny. If it's too skinny, we can't take that back. Now you have to go back and redo everything else, right? So this one is stiletto, we're doing this one square, and we're doing this a square XL nail, short. So I'm not sure if y'all can see this excess nail tip over here, but we don't want that there, because what's going to end up happening is the acrylic is going to flow over here and you're going to have to go in and drill all of that off. Too much work. So what we do is we're utilizing the mouth of our scissor again, and you're going to pay attention to this bottom piece. The part that's sticking up to you is unimportant right now. The bottom piece and the mouth of the scissors is the most important. So I align, instead of going at an angle, because we're not doing stiletto no more. Now you're doing a 180-degree angle. So I make sure this bottom piece is lined up to where I want to cut at. I have the mouth of my scissors at the free edge of this tip. I make sure I have it right here. And boom. Cutting, boom. Y'all see how easy that was? So we're gonna open the mouth of the scissors, make sure it's headed towards the direction, and you control the direction by paying attention to this bottom piece. Gonna have this right here. And then you just wanna go in and cut it. And boom. Now because that nail tip was a little bit big, it is coming into more of a stiletto shape, which is completely fine. So I'm just gonna come in with the stiletto. And boom. Now we have our shape. So we got stiletto, square, coffin, square, square. Boom, it's that simple. Learning how to use these scissors can be difficult, but once you learn how to control the mouth and this bottom piece, it's very simple, very easy. And once you cut the desired shape you want, you can go ahead and move on to the acrylic application finally. So that's what our step 5 is going to be. So we can go ahead and move on to the next video.